Hello, welcome to another video. Have a new background. I'm at home dog sitting. I currently have two dogs staring at me, so I know that they're going to disrupt the filming. I can already feel it. So today I want to talk about it's a dog. I just thought I'd like have a little chat with you guys, because basically like this, I just kind of had this random memory the other day that then kind of like started making me think about things. It was really weird. Like, I'm just gonna explain it to you because yeah, I'm just gonna explain it to you. I had basically had a kind of bad afternoon in terms of my OCD overthinking. Alfie is here. Okay, so basically the other day I was having a bad overthinking day, whatever. It was causing like tension between me and the other person that I was with at that time. Yeah, it wasn't like an argument, but it was clearly like my overthinking and my OCD obsessiveness was impacting. It was impacting who was around me and my day. And kind of like once it had been resolved, I was just like, I just hate myself. And that is the thing that really like jogged my memory, because I haven't really said those words in a really long time, because I think as I have grown up, as I've had more therapy, all this kind of thing, I've become to identify less with my mental illness. And as I have always said, like, your mental illness, your anxiety, your depression, you know, your PTSD, it is not you, it's just a part of you. And yeah, like, it's, you know, a lot of the times when I'm frustrated, when I'm upset, when I'm low, it's me going, I hate my brain, I hate my mind, I hate my anxiety, I hate the demons, all this kind of stuff. And I haven't actually really said I hate myself in a long time, which is obviously positive, because it's a really not nice thing to say about yourself, about anyone. But it basically jogged my memory because I haven't said it in so long. But I almost like triggered myself, because it transported me back to when I was younger. I would say it all the time, like after I'd had meltdowns, fights with my parents, fights with other people, like, and then once it was kind of like calmed down, resolved, or even like in the midst of it when we were screaming, whatever, I would always kind of resort to, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. And it's such a strong memory for me, like it's just so, and I just do remember saying it all the time. I feel I'm gonna cry. Not sure why, so we're just gonna roll with it. And I think, you know, as I have said in my previous video about therapy, I've been aware that I was different, or, you know, I've been in therapy since I was 10 years old. And I think I just always remember I would often be alone in my room, rocking back and forth in fits of tears, just saying like, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I used to hit myself, which is something I never really realised was like the fact. I never really realised that I did self-harm when I was 10, 11 years old. Because it wasn't like how self-harm is depicted in the media and all that kind of stuff. and to be honest, I forgot I did it. I feel like every video I'm just alluding to my past and when I was ill, but like, because I went through a very traumatic time when I was younger, my brain has blocked a lot of it out and I don't really remember a lot of things. It kind of has been weird that like, as I've done more therapy, as I begin now on YouTube to talk about more of my history with mental illness and the present with mental illness, I'm remembering and uncovering things that I forgot. And one of those was that I used to hit myself over and over and over again. I used to do it on my legs. I just remember, I don't know how old I would have been, definitely like maybe like 10 to 14, I think. I would like almost like now be like sitting and I would just like go like that on my legs, and I'd want it to hurt, and I would literally remember thinking like, oh, I can't stop until this hurts me because I deserve pain and I deserve to feel pain. Didn't think this video would make me cry. Because even now I didn't, like, I kind of forgot that I would think that that is what I would think, like, oh, I deserve to feel hurt, because when I was younger, just like I said, that was the trigger. Because of my issues, because of my anxieties and my OCD, like, I would cause a lot of arguments within my family, with friends. Like, I used to fight with my mum a lot. I would just cause a lot of upset, and that's why, like, I kind of learned and just told myself that, like, you don't deserve good things and you deserve pain because you cause all this pain, and you're so troublesome and you are the problem child and all of this. Because, like, I made my parents' life really difficult for a long time because I was unwell in my mind, and because of that lack of awareness that I was mentally ill. Because now, like, as I'm saying, you are not your mental illness, and mental illnesses can be very difficult, can cause a lot of upset and all this thing, but it is not your fault that you are ill. Like, it's not your fault. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to cry, but I'm literally just thinking, I just want to go and give younger me a hug, because I just thought I was this horrible person. But, you know, before I'd kind of started therapy and all this kind of stuff, like, I had no idea what was going on with me. I had no idea why there were like voices in my head saying, you can't eat this, you can't do this, this will make you die, this will, like, I just had no idea, and I didn't know how to fight them, and my response was to lash out at people. And I would get, you know, if my mum tried to make me eat something, I would scream at her because I was like terrified, because I was absolutely terrified, because I had these demons and worries screaming in my brain, like, you're gonna die from this, you're gonna be sick from this, like, you're, you know, it was OCD and it was anxiety before I even knew what these things were, how they manifested. Again, this is so funny because this is not really where I thought the video would be going. But this, you know, in like my first video, I have always wanted to be the person that I needed when I was younger, because when I was younger, I just had no idea what was happening to me. No idea. And yeah, I thought I was a horrible person. I thought that I didn't really deserve anything good. It's just so weird, even as I'm sitting here now, like I'd kind of forgot all that happened, because this video, like I wanted to just talk about the fact that when you are continually telling yourself that you hate yourself, that you deserve pain, that you deserve bad things, continually hitting yourself, you know, on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, how does that manifest? It manifests into a deeply ingrained sense of self-hatred, worthlessness, and it just kind of really struck me the other day, because currently in therapy I am working a lot on my self-worth and kind of like, why do I think I am not enough for people? Why do I think that I'm not worthy? And why is there so much, why is there so like such a lack of self-love in me? And then this thing happened the other day where, like, after this, like, you know, kind of like tension, disagreement, and I was like, oh, I just hate myself. I was like, I have been telling myself that I hate myself since I was 10 years old. Like, me being mentally ill has bred self-hatred within myself, because it has always been the dark part of me, and the thing that has been extremely ugly and like has caused breakdowns of relationships, of, you know, of family relationships, of friendships. Like, it has caused me so much hurt and sadness and anger, and, you know, the common denominator is me. And it's like, okay, why can't I deal with this better? You know, I should be getting better, I should be working harder, I should not be letting this get to me. It's obviously so much easier said than done. Like, for so long I just had no idea how to deal with these horrific and intense feelings. Like, they were terrifying, and obviously the longer you kind of don't acknowledge them and fight them, the worse they get, the harder it is to fight them. And I hated myself. I hated the fact that I could not beat these worries and these anxieties, and I kind of just came to accept, like, oh well, this is how I am. And yeah, I would just always, I would feel such guilt, such shame after a meltdown, a shouting match. And I'm not, because this is the thing, I'm not saying mental illness is not an excuse to treat people like shit, like rubbish. Like, it's not an excuse. It's an explanation, but it's not an excuse. And I do still feel, I think about it a lot, I feel very bad about how I have treated certain people in my life, you know, like my family, my close friends, when I have been very ill. Like, I feel very, very bad about that, and I do think about it a lot. But I was just this terrified child who was unaware of what was going on. I was just not conscious of the fact that, like, this anger was coming, you know, where this anger was coming from. And like, I can sit and regret not working on myself sooner, not realizing where my anger came from sooner, but I can't change the past. Like, that's happened, and I'm very grateful that I have now put in the work to, like, battle these, you know, like, food anxieties and this, like, anger at the world, that now I lash out less and I'm better at managing things. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I would just feel so I would just feel so engulfed by self-hatred after I'd caused pain, after I'd shouted at my mom, shouted at my dad, shouted at my sister, like, because I almost didn't know what else to do with my emotions. I didn't know where else to put it. So like, it was just me. I would hate myself because I was causing this. And even though it was because I was unwell in my brain and I was just, you know, my mum's telling me to eat, my brain's going, you're gonna die if you eat this, like you're gonna be sick if you eat this, like stop it. Like, it's easier to shout at a person than to shout at your brain, you know? It's a shame. It's definitely a shame, because mental illness has and continues to make me hate myself and think that I'm a bad person and that I don't deserve good things because of what I have done. I've not even done anything. It sounds like I've done something horrific, but like, just because of how it has made me act at certain points in my life. But I am trying to turn that around, and you know, and that's what I'm trying to talk about on my YouTube channel, when I just talk to people, when I talk to myself. Like, it is not your fault if you are depressed, if you are anxious, if you deal with OCD, if you have PTSD, if you have bipolar disorder. It's not your fault. Like, it is a chemical imbalance in the brain. You know, like, some of them are literally, it's a physiological thing. But, you know, it's not just something that you are making up and doing for attention, because like I've said before, if you could choose not to feel this way, you would. It's obviously so difficult, but you have to be kind to yourself. And like I always say, you have to treat yourself like a child. You have to show yourself such love, because you're suffering too. If your mental illness, if your worries have made you act in bad ways, in socially unacceptable ways, it's okay. Like, you were doing the best that you could at that time with the resources you had. Yeah, I don't know. I just like wanted to talk about the fact that that realization I had, that mental illness has just bred self-hatred for me. And I have always blamed myself. I have always, you know, labeled myself as the problem, and that manifests itself. You know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, if that is what you tell yourself, you will believe that. And I wish that I could go back and give me a hug, because, you know, if anything, she needed the opposite of hitting herself and telling herself that she deserved pain. She needed to be told that she deserved love. It's obviously different now, because we are moving into this new kind of generation where mental illness and mental health, so much more awareness, so much more talk about it. And unfortunately, when I was growing up, there wasn't any, and I didn't even know they existed. It's just like, it's really struck me and really saddened me, because mental illness shouldn't make you hate yourself. It is an extremely, extremely difficult thing to battle, to go through, whatever form you're experiencing it in. It's extremely difficult, and you are extremely strong to even still be here, challenging it, fighting it, living despite it. And, you know, it should spur and breed self-love, because you are so tough and strong, and not self-hatred, because it is just, that's not fair. Like, it's not fair on you. Even now, like, it happened the other day, like, I was like, I hate myself. And, you know, let's try and change the narrative. Like, you react to situations, you deal with situations based on your past, based on your thought patterns, your processes. You are not purposely being a burden, a problem. Like, that is just how you are responding and reacting to situations. It doesn't mean that you are bad, you're annoying, you're just dealing and processing with things. And like, just be kinder to yourself. And like, obviously I'm speaking to me as well, like I need to try and be more forgiving and be more like, I am trying my best, and that's okay. And it's okay that I sometimes get quite upset over things that other people wouldn't even think twice about, that I get angry over things that people wouldn't think twice about, but it's how you react to it, it's how you manage it. And yeah, like, it's just give yourself love. Just give yourself love. I know it's so much easier said than done, but yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys today about. So that got a bit deep, and did not plan on that. I was literally just coming to talk about self-love, but there we go. You know that I love to keep it real and raw with you guys. Yeah, I'm kind of like reboosting my self-love journey because I've been slacking severely, so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. I hope you find this helpful, comforting, whatever. I hope you take something away from this video, and you're not alone, and you deserve so much love and so much happiness, and I'm really proud of you for being here and still fighting. So I'll see you guys in my next video.